Here's one by request. Lord, help me walk another mile, just one more mile. I'm tired of walking all alone. Lord, help me smile another smile, just one more smile. I can't make it on my own. Never thought I needed help before. Always thought I could make it on my own. Now I know I can't take it anymore. And with a humble heart and bended knee, I'm begging you please for help. Come down from your golden throne, all to me, lowly me. I need to feel the touch of your tender hand. Remove the chains of darkness. Let me see, Lord, let me see where I fit into your master plan. Never thought I needed help before. Always thought I could make it on my own. Now I know I can't take it anymore. With a humble heart on bended knee, I'm begging you please for help. With a humble heart and bended knee, I'm begging you please, Lord, help. Oh yes, hey everybody, how are you? Mark Allen Cash again here at the Storytellers Sessions. We'd like to welcome each and every one of you. And I'd like to remind everybody, if you're visiting us for the premiere, 7 o'clock on Thursday, join us on the chat down here and come say hello to us. And if you have any questions, we'd be glad to answer them. Also, if you have any requests for myself or the guest that you have, we'd be happy to have that too. So again, welcome and just thank you for your support. And this is not easy for me because I'm used to crowds, but you know what? It's getting a little better. So just you and a camera, try it. It ain't easy. So our special guest today, he hails from Alabama, and I'll let you, you're going to find out more about him as we go along. And, I've been talking to him early this afternoon, and just a nice guy, real nice. Him and his wife are just good people. But, and I wanted to call him Gary, and I apologize for that. I don't know where I got Gary, man, but ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Craig Hendricks beside me here on the right. Hey, Craig, how are you, man?
Hey, doing great.
Good. Break into one.
All right. I'll play a song for you that was one of my early ones I wrote, and it actually won the Texaco Country Showdown back in Georgia song contest several years ago. Wrote it for some friends of mine who'd gone through some troubling times. It's called City Limit Signs. Came in from work, she met him at the door. Lipstick on his collar from his recent score. Told her she was the only one, she was only one more. She tried to smile to hide the wound. She gave her the cold shoulder, she gave him the moon. Knew things had to change, they had to change soon. Now she looks in the mirror, she starts to cry. Georgia pines saying goodbye. That's the city limit sign for the last time. She tried to stay, but she had to leave. Wanted his love, but she couldn't breathe. Asked God up above for a sign. Got it when she passed the city limits for the last time. She thought she'd drive through a sea of tears, but by mile 10, they had started to clear. The weight had lifted off of her, took away her fears. Farther from town, the more she felt free. There's a lot of life left for her to see. She broke into change, she could be who she wanted to be. Now she looks in the mirror and she starts to cry. Sees those Georgia pines waving goodbye past the city limit sign for the last time. She tried to stay, but she had to leave. Wanted his love, but she couldn't breathe. Asked God up above for a sign. She got it when she passed the city limits for the last time. She asked for answers and God did reply. She left the pain behind that city limit sign. Now she looks in the mirror, but she don't cry. The Georgia pines waving goodbye past the city limit sign for the last time. She tried to stay, but she had to leave. Wanted his love, but she couldn't breathe. Now she's left all that pain behind that city limit sign. Behind that city limit sign. Behind that city limit sign.
Awesome.
Good job. Good job.
Play another one for you real quick. This is one I wrote for my mother and father's 50th wedding anniversary. Got a chance to play it for a guy named Dave Hammonds who runs Cook Studios down in Fort Payne, Alabama. He absolutely ripped it apart. So I took it home and put it back together and came up with a version I'm going to share with you. They were ready for the world and knew they would go far with a fixer-upper house and a broken-down old car. It didn't happen much, what they had was enough, and that's what it looks like, 50 years in love. And love, it ain't easy, you learn it as you go. The sweetest corn to eat is the toughest road to hoe. They held hands and walked down the path that they had chosen, and that's what it looks like, 50 years in love. And love ain't for the weak of heart, that's how it goes. You have to mind the thorns to pick a perfect rose. And love, it is a journey, you don't get there in a day. You have to walk in faith and let it lead the way. Perfected in weakness to become as one, and that's what it looks like, 50 years in love. Now they just grew closer through all the years. A life of no regrets, shared happiness and fears. They won some and they lost some, but the passion still remains. 'Cause love has got to live outside a picture frame. And love ain't for the weak of heart, and that's how it goes. You have to mind the thorns to pick a perfect rose. And love, it is a journey. You don't get there in a day. You have to walk in faith and let it lead the way. Perfected in weakness to become as one. And that's what it looks like, 50 years in love. She's pretty as a picture, though her hair is mountain gray. She loves him with a fire that'll never fade away. And his love for her is just as strong, though he doesn't say it much. He shows her with a kiss and tells her with a touch. And that's what it looks like, 50 years in love. Yeah, that's what it looks like, 50 years in love, in love.
Wow, what a song.
Well, 50 years in love. Man, goodness gracious. When did you write that?
Oh, I wrote that about 3 years ago now.
Did you?
Close
Yeah,
to it.
3 years. Well, man, you've got the talent. I mean,
Thank
you know. So, and you're from Alabama, correct?
I am.
And what part of Alabama would that be?
Northeast Alabama, a little town called Mentone, right above Fort Payne,
Okay.
which several years ago there was a group of guys that got together down there and made it big, called themselves Alabama. So we live right up the road from most of those guys.
Is that right?
That's it.
Yeah. Who doesn't remember those guys, man? I mean, wow. Randy and those guys. Well, fantastic. Well, we're happy to have you here today. And did you drive in this morning?
Oh, I'm super glad to be here. No, we actually came in last night, stayed with some good friends over in Mount Juliet.
Yeah, Mount Juliet. That's a beautiful area. We have some folks that help with this place that live out there. And so, how long you been doing this?
Been full time about 4 years, maybe a hair longer.
Yeah.
Off and on before that for quite some time.
Right, yeah. Well, and you decided to go full time and just make a good run, right?
I did. I wanted to see what it was like to be extremely poor and tired, so
Right.
I jumped on it.
Oh my goodness! And your spouse suffers too, you know, if you're in this business.
Yes, she does.
Speaking of spouses, let me introduce my wife, Shelby. Hi, Shelby.
Hi, guys.
How are you?
Really good.
Good to see you today.
So glad to be here. So honored.
Yes, this evening it's
Yeah.
been a warm run, hasn't it? You know, it
Yes.
rained and rained and rained, and we got so much rain, and then everything overgrew, and it was 98 degrees in the shade. But we're making it, you know. Things could definitely be worse. So, and so, how long have you been writing songs? Pretty much all your life, or?
Been writing songs all my life. I started out writing back in school and actually had one of my early songs that the music was taken off of it and it became a lyrical poem and was used to taught a college class. Wrote that when I was in about 9th grade.
Oh, wow.
So that's where it started.
Well, fantastic. Well, good deal. And who did you bring with you today?
Oh, I brought my wife. Got Dee Dee over there in the chair watching.
Nice lady.
Thank you.
And I understand she books you. She does the booking.
She does. She does all my booking.
How can they find you?
Well, you can find me at CraigHendricksMusic.com, and you can look up my Reverb Nation page at Craig
Okay.
Hendricks.
Yeah. You know, there's so many outlets today, you know, that you can get out there and be heard. So speaking of that, why don't you do us another song?
Oh, sure.
All right, Craig Hendricks, everybody. Thank you, Craig.
Thank you. This song is about my life. worked a job a long time that I don't think it paid off what it should have. Had a bad marriage. Certainly didn't pay off what it should have. But, that all those pieces get to where you're at, and you bring you to where you're at, and that's all right. But got this song out of it anyway. There's times when no matter where you're at, you feel like you're in prison. There's things that make you feel like you're bound down that aren't necessarily bars and stones. It can be your own fear or whatever it might be. So this song's actually called Bars and Stone. 18 years of heartache, living inside those walls. A mortgage I can't pay is my chain and ball. Trapped inside that double wide, struggling to breathe. Bars couldn't hold me half as well. It's a life that has no dreams. 25 years of working, and I'm paying still for a job that broke my back and tried to break my will. Kept my pension and took my youth, left me in the cold. No prison angels made out of bars and stone. A prison angel's made out of bars and stone. A prison can be most anything, make you feel like you're alone. But somehow your dreams get crushed, you can't find the sky. You forget you had dreams at all, forget you knew how to fly. Decisions I have made haunt me to this day, and I have been through hell, still have hell to pay. People look at me and think I'm free, that I'm living fine. They don't know I'm trapped in this prison in my mind. Prison angels made out of bars and stone. A prison can be most anything, make you feel like you're alone. But somehow your dreams get crushed, and you can't find the sky. And you forget you had dreams at all, forget you knew how to fly. And you forget you had dreams at all, forget you knew how to fly.
There you go,
great.
man. Good deal. I like that. Yeah. And tell me something about what would you say that the highlight of this thing has been for you? Do you have anything that just makes a mark for you that you'll never forget?
Well, being here, definitely
thank you.
one thing. Absolutely. I'm so proud to be here. I've had some interesting times. One of the first things I'll never forget is when I started off playing on stage, and I was at an extended care facility with a bluegrass family, bluegrass gospel family, right. The Hines family I played with. And they had great harmonies and great playing, and they were just letting me on stage. And afterwards, this lady comes up, and she says to the girls that were singing harmony, "Oh, you're so beautiful." And Mr. Hines played banjos. "Oh, your banjo's so wonderful." And she walked down to me, and she looked at me, and she said, "You sure do have a pretty guitar." And that was my first music memory. But I've had a great opportunity to become friends with Peanut Montgomery over in Sheffield. He was an original Muscle Shoals rhythm section member.
Right.
Wrote many songs for George Jones. Got to be friends with him. Going around and making those friends. Yeah. And each in a new place. And I've got some that stand out the other way too. But we got a lot of great memories. Yeah. A lot of great times. I don't know, just being asked to get up on stage and play, and have somebody that looks at it and says, "Oh, that song meant so much to me."
Right.
You know,
that makes it all worthwhile, doesn't it?
It does.
if you impact somebody in that way, you know, and they come up and tell you that the song meant something to them in some fashion, it just swells your heart up, you know.
Yeah, it does.
I agree. I certainly agree. And Alabama, is it hot there as well as it is up here in Tennessee? I imagine a little hotter, right?
Oh, I hate to tell you this, but on top of Lookout Mountain, it's not. We haven't hit 90 degrees this year, I don't think. We might have bumped it.
Wow. Lookout Mountain. That's a resort area, right?
Well, it's kind of an undeveloped area where we're at. We're the resort area is on the Tennessee side in Chattanooga.
Right,
we're on the West Brow, so it's pretty much just trees and bears and that sort of thing.
Yeah, right.
Oh, my.
Well, man, fantastic. Let's have another song.
Oh, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Oh, this next be a good time to play this next one. This next one is one I wrote some time ago, and I sat down with Corey Lee Barker, MC1 Publishing, and he was with a different group then. But he said, "Let me hear something you've done," and he was giving me a little advice, and so I played the song for him, a recording I had of Whiskey and Diamonds. He listened to it, and he said, "You need to work on it." He says, "You got a good start, but you need to work on it because your chorus is the same level and range as the rest of your song. It's flat. You need to get some dynamics going." Mm-hmm. I said, "Okay," you know, and it didn't hurt my feelings.
No.
Not easily. My feelings are not easily hurt.
That's how we learn. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I went home and I worked at it, worked on it, and I couldn't find the right combination. And finally, one day I was playing it, and it just popped out, and I put it back together. And that particular song actually made mention in American Songwriter Magazine.
Yeah.
It was my first song that made mention. And then I just got nominated for a Josie Award with the song. So we're up for the Josie Awards, and I'm excited about that one too.
I'll tell you.
But it's called Whiskey and Diamonds. I've been thinking, moving on from this place. The world's falling in around me. Can't keep going on this way. Everything we had, I'll never get back again. Guess that's why I've been thinking. Now I've been drinking, started with one or two. Now I'm reaching for the bottle. Every time I think of you, I've got to numb this pain. For I face up to my sins. Guess that's why I've been drinking. Whiskey and diamonds go together. Cost is much too high. Neither one will last forever. You learn about the diamonds when you get down on your knees. When she's gone, learn about the whiskey. And now I'm holding the ring from her left hand, and I'm trying to understand, where did I go wrong? Why couldn't we make it last? No, this diamond ain't worth nothing. I'm at the bottom of my glass. Whiskey and diamonds go together. The cost is much too high. Neither one will last forever. You learn about the diamonds when you get down on one knee. When she's gone, learn about the whiskey. Yeah, when she's gone, you learn about the whiskey.
That's
I
nice.
like that. Yes. Learn about the whiskey, for goodness sakes. Yes. Shelby, and so if they're watching and they're enjoying the show, they can subscribe to the channel.
That's right.
And they can hit that bell icon, correct?
That's right.
And
so they'll get notified of the future shows.
right,
future episodes.
fantastic. And they can go on the chat.
Yeah, we'll be down in the live chat.
We are, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. How you been?
I've been
Haven't
good.
seen you in a month of Sundays.
I know. It's been a while, huh?
How long have you been married? We've been married about 3.5 years now, I'd say.
Oh, we're coming up on
Shelby.
3.
What? I'm sorry?
Yeah, we're coming up on 3 years.
Oh my! Why does it feel like 10 or 12? Or,
No, right?
I'm kidding.
Don't tell anybody
I'm
that.
kidding. We asked a girl the other day, "Are you married?" She says, "No, Mark. I'm happy. I'm not." So I said, "Oops." So how long have you been married?
I've been married, I think we're working on 11 now.
11 years. Wow. Well, you know each other pretty good then.
Was that correct? Nope.
So
Working on
close.
10.
He's close though. He's got, he's
Working on, well, it seems like it's been a really long time.
he's a half a year. So,
We don't hold y'all to that. That's
Craig,
okay.
it's going to be a long walk home, man. How did you guys meet? Now, I hope I didn't put you on the spot there. I know you know how you met, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this was a very odd meeting, actually. We both were alone at the time. She was in Maine. I was in Georgia. And I was going home from work at night, and I didn't really have anything to do, being as I didn't own a whole lot anymore. So opened up a computer. My son wanted to play one of these computer games online, that these people play all over the world.
Right.
And I always checked out everything he did before I allowed him to do it. So I got on there and started playing it. And lo and behold, my wife's daughter had gotten her on the other end up there in Maine and was playing that game. And we found this little group that was made up of all people over 30, 35 years old. So we got in there and we talked for a year, just running around playing these little character games, And we got to talking, and she had to come down and visit her niece in Carrollton, Georgia, and met her down there. And I'll go ahead and tell you now, her daughter did a background check on me.
Oh.
She pulled out the stops. I did everything but have to go down to the sheriff's office and print. She wanted to know that my address, phone numbers, where my parents lived. I mean, I had to give her all references seriously, everything.
Right.
Good for her.
But we ended up meeting and hitting it off, and she moved to a little town called Dublin, Georgia, and I couldn't seem to get rid of her, so we got married.
Moved where?
Little town called Dublin, Georgia.
Yes, I know where Dublin is.
Yeah.
My mom got married in Ringo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So years ago. But I love Georgia too, But that's a great, I was talking to your wife earlier, and what a sweet lady, So you did good, my friend.
Thank you.
You did good. And so are you staying busy as possible?
We are actually getting busier. Initially, this was our banner year. I won't lie. The first show I had canceled for the year was supposed to be right here. So that's why I'm doubly excited to be back now. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Right.
But
right.
our gigs, we had tours. We toured New England. All my New England stuff got cut. New Hampshire, Maine. But I've got some stuff coming up. We got booked back in. There's a place in Massachusetts that got a hold of us and insisted on us coming up. And we stopped back by through Abington, Virginia, and did some stuff over there at the wineries. And now we're booked in about every weekend on through, I guess, October at least.
Good for you.
Good deal.
And then we pick up the week shows that we can.
Well, I book a show and Shelby cancels it. Then I book another one. No, I'm kidding.
I do not.
Well, that's good. We'll get through this.
Oh, yeah.
We will. And I think that we just pull together and do what we have to do. And I think better times are on their way.
I do too.
Here by request. Never heard that, have you? I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. Keep my eyes wide open all the time. Keep the ends out for the tie that binds. Because you're mine, I walk the line. There's a lot of strange men and tail blocks in, but the strangest of them all is a friend of mine who spent his time staring at the wall, staring at the wall. And in his hand was a note wrote, said, crime don't ever pay. It's the very same gal he robbed and stole for on their wedding day, on their wedding day. As he looked at the wall, strong and tall, I heard him softly curse. Nobody's ever tried to climb that wall, but I'm gonna be the first. I'm gonna be the first. Well, the warden came by, said, don't try, my son, I'd hate to see you fall. There ain't no doubt if you touch that wall, we'll take you out. Don't ever touch that wall. Well, the years gone by since he made his try, and I can still recall how hard he tried and the way he died, but he never made that wall, never made that wall. There's never been a man to shake this camp, but I know one who tried. The newspaper called it a jailbreak plan, but I called it suicide. I called it suicide. By request, and I recorded that song a couple of years ago, The Wall, that Uncle Johnny did, and we're sure to miss him. And thank you for your request and your messages and your support. We certainly appreciate it so much. And I'm going to buy each and every one of you a new car at the end of the...
No.
What?
No.
Okay, no
No
car?
promises
okay.
like that,
I'm
please.
sorry.
I'm the one that has to deal with that. Yeah.
I appreciate that. And, a lot's happened on this stage right here. A lot of things have happened. A lot of people have been on this stage, a lot of celebrities. And, as Uncle Johnny, of course, used to entertain here. And for the local folks, it's our understanding $1 is what he charged, And Cindy, his daughter, told me that they would set up a lemonade stand over here and sell lemonade for a quarter, and those were the days, man, my goodness. Well, how about set us up another song and let us hear something from you there, man.
All right. Well, deciding what to do is kind of hard to pick the certain ones to come out here and do, but I think I've changed my mind on one. I think I'm going to play one I hadn't originally planned to.
You can do that, yeah.
Wrote it not that long ago. I was supposed to come in and play when they shut the Honky Tonks down on Broadway in Nashville.
Right.
And I got pretty upset about it. And I went home and I wrote this song. It's called The Night They Shut the Honky Tonks Down.
All right.
I've always loved those bars down in Nashville. One for each memory had drowned. Now the lights have all gone dark down on Broadway. For tonight, they shut those honky tonks down. I thought the Leaning Tower would fall over. The pyramids would crumble to the ground. The stars would all fall from the heavens before they shut those honky tonks down. Silence has fallen on every stage, and not a song, not a note, not a sound. Those neon lights no longer point the way. For tonight, they shut those honky tonks down. I thought the Leaning Tower would fall over, the pyramids would crumble to the ground, the stars would all fall from the heavens before they shut those honky tonks down. I thought the Leaning Tower would fall over, the pyramids would crumble to the ground, the stars would all fall from the heavens. The night they shut those honky tonks down. And tonight, they shut those honky tonks down.
Yes.
Woo.
Yeah, man. Fantastic. And they did shut them down. It's good when we can take something negative and turn it into a song, or positive and turn it into a song. And, music is such a great healer, I know there's been times in my life that music pulled me through, and I grabbed a guitar, and it just seems that all your problems get just a little less when you got a guitar in your hand. I don't know why it does, but, well, and so tell me, what are you playing there, man?
Oh, this is a D41 Martin.
A Martin D41. Yeah, I love that guitar. Not only does it sound great, but it's a beautiful guitar.
Oh, thank you. I had to go to this one because my original regular guitar was a 69 Dove Custom.
Yeah.
And I inherited it from my grandfather.
Gibson.
Gibson.
Really? From who?
My grandfather, he bought it brand new in 1970. I was the only grandchild allowed to touch it. And he used to make me play till my fingers bled.
Oh, my goodness.
And,
Good for him.
Yeah.
That's
I inherited that guitar, but I didn't want to take it on the road or out too much.
Yeah.
So I leave it at home. I'm going to use it in the studio, but that's about it. So I brought this just to be my workhorse.
Yeah, yeah. Well, my dad has one, and he gave it to me recently, and so I've got the same guitar, the Martin D41 and the Martin D35. They're known for their bass response. They're great guitars. And the D35 was Uncle Johnny's favorite guitar that he turned to. But the D41, it's. Are you familiar with the D28s?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you? My dad was signing autographs one night. He set his brand new D28 down in 1972 behind him, and he signed some autographs, and he turned around and it was gone, and he's never seen it since. Oh. And he told me the other day, he said, "You reckon that guitar will ever turn up anywhere?" I said, "Dad, I wished it would," but 1971 D28. So, well, fantastic. Tell me something else that you got anything that you'd like to plug and tell us about that look out for in the future? Or?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. We do have T-shirts for sale. Yeah. They got the graphics on the back with the prison's not just bars and stone. We'll have some new ones coming out shortly.
Good deal.
That we have to look at what the artist gives us, but it'll either be, I got a song called Dirt Road Takes You Home. It'll either be based on that or it'll be based on Whiskey and Diamonds. But we've got those on our website. You can go to them and you can order one. We'll send it to you. Be glad to. Then we've got an EP that we're working on getting prepared to record with Century.
Man, fantastic.
That's awesome.
And what's your website again?
It's CraigHendricksMusic.com,
Okay.
and you can check out all my links on Reverb Nation / Craig Hendricks.
You know, there's a lot of people on Reverb Nation. That's quite a site. You know, it's quite a site for all entertainers and music people. And I love going on there and just listening to the different talent that's on there. You know, any genre of music that you want. And, of course, my favorite traditional country music.
Absolutely.
You know, that's just what I do, you know. I remember going to bed at night, and I was 7, 8 years old. And my dad would be back in his office with his band rehearsing, you know, and I wouldn't go to bed. My mama would get so mad at me. I'd get up and sneak down the hallway because I wanted to listen to him, you know. And finally, about midnight, Dad would say, "We better quit. My kid's never going to go to bed," you know. So, but traditional country music, that's just what I love and what I was raised on, you know. And I miss the story songs, don't you?
Yes.
You know, the story songs that when you heard a song, if you weren't going through it, you knew somebody that was.
Absolutely.
You know, and usually made you feel pretty good, you know. Some didn't, but all right, let's have another one, man. Mr. Craig Hendricks, everybody.
This is one that actually got things started with us quite some time ago in Nashville. My wife actually sent this in. I didn't even know it, and it happened to land on the desk of Ascend Publishing. And that is how we actually met Corey Lee Barker. This is one that Peanut over down in Sheffield swears he's going to record, but we'll see how that works out. But it's a Christian song I wrote early on.
Fantastic.
And it's called The Day I Gave Up. Did it on my own, did it my way, didn't care what others had to say. I stumbled and fell till I had enough. That was the day when I gave up. I gave up my sin and I hit my knees, gave it to God and He took it from me. Gave up my cross, took up my cross. It wasn't for Jesus, I counted it lost. The day I gave up is the day that I won. Saved by grace and God's only Son. I'll never forget the beautiful day when I gave up. Thought I was in control, I was flying blind. Was in this world and the world filled my mind. I tried to run, but I always failed. Devil just laughed, trying to drag me to hell. So I gave up my sin and I hit my knees, gave it to God and He took it from me. Gave up myself, took up my cross. It wasn't for Jesus, I counted it lost. The day I gave up is the day that I won. Saved by grace and God's only Son. I'll never forget the beautiful day when I gave up. Now my Jesus, He came to free me from sin, but open my heart and just let Him in. Don't fight a fight, it's already done. On Calvary, victory's won. So I gave up my sin and I hit my knees, gave it to God and He took it from me. Gave up myself, took up my cross. It wasn't for Jesus, I counted it lost. The day I gave up is the day that I won. Saved by grace and God's only Son. I'll never forget the beautiful day when I gave up. I'll never forget the beautiful day when I gave up.
I love that.
Man, goodness, I love that. Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
What a message too, you know. Do you enjoy writing gospel? I know I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. A lot of my songs that I do write and sing out are at least inspirational country. I always said I can't write anything Mama can't listen to.
Yeah.
You know, and Whiskey and Diamond, she pulled me aside on that one. She said, "I'm going to let you go with that one because it sounds like it's not a good thing, so it'll be all right." But But yeah, I enjoy, writing a gospel message. When you connect with that message, you connect on a different level.
Right, absolutely. Well, I'm going to do this right here for some folks, and man, it's been a pleasure having you.
It's been great. Thank you.
I'll let you close us out in just a moment, but you and your wife, you just continue on doing what you're doing on this path, and if we can help you, we sure will, man.
Thank you so much.
Come to me, lay your burdens at my feet. Close your eyes and let it be. Come to me, come to me. If you think I don't know, think again. I am with you till the very end. I know everything you're going through. I know everything about you. And come to me, lay your burdens at my feet. And close your eyes and let it be. Come to me, come to me, come to me, come to me. Yeah. Well, man, thank you so much. And will you come back and see us?
I'd
Will you
love
do
to.
that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's been an honor having you, and you've got to stop back in sometime and say hello, will you?
Thank you. Yes, I'd be glad to.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Shelby, do you have anything you'd like to add, say?
I just wanted to let you guys know that we'll put all the links that you need in the show notes below. And if you've enjoyed the show, please give us a thumbs up and give us any comments or any feedback that you'd like. And please share the video. And be sure to tune in next Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central and join us for the live chat.
You see why I have her on board, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, we can be anything that we want to be in this world. Anything. Be nice. Let's be nice to each other and help somebody. I try to help somebody every day with something, and it just makes you feel better.
Yes,
It
absolutely.
does. Once again, everybody, Mr. Craig Hendricks.
All right, we just heard a couple of good gospel songs. I'm going to play a honky tonk song to end us up, but y'all be good out there. Don't take this the bad way.
Right.
Friday night I walked in that bar. Never seen a honky tonk fall so far. Sofas and tables, board games in a rack. Well, that's all right, but I want my honky tonk back. My buddy at the bar said they're serving beer. So hang on, brother, I'll be right there. They had all them fruity flavors, but no bud on tap. Well, that's all right, but I want my honky tonk back. I want dance floors, swinging doors, noise from the crowd. I want some boots stomping, honky tonkin' to a country sound. I want neon lights and an old jukebox plays Haggard and Cash. Well, that's a fact. I want my honky tonk back. Yep. Big TVs round above the bar. No game on, it was Dancing with the Stars. They had no pool table, no balls, no rack. I said, all right now, I want my honky tonk back. I want dance floors, swinging doors, noise from the crowd. I want some boots stomping, honky tonkin', music with a country sound. I want neon lights and an old jukebox that plays Haggard and Cash. Well, that's a fact. I want my honky tonk back. I want dance floors, swinging doors, noise from the crowd. I want some boots stomping, honky tonkin', make Hank Jr. proud. I want some neon lights and an old jukebox that plays Haggard and Cash. Well, that's a fact. I want my honky tonk back. Yeah, that's a fact. I want my honky tonk back. Thank y'all.